So I'm going to talk a little bit more about creating a physiological effect on your body with myofascial release. We're going to get right into that Piriformis with the travel roller. So I hope you guys can get down and use some of these techniques, because I know I'm going to be rolling. It only takes just a few minutes to get into that piriformis area to create that physiological effect that you're looking for. And that physiological effect is change. It is strength. It is more flexibility. It's more mobility. And yes, you can do it instantly using the right tools and the right techniques. But to help me out today, a little time travel roll back to a video with Dr. Ryan Emmons, and he's going to explain a little bit more about creating a physiological effect with your foam roller and why it matters.
What's really important about a roller that you're using is the physiological effect that you're going to get. If you're not getting a good physiological effect, you're not really getting the true effect of what a foam roller can do. So what we're going to do to test that is we're going to do a test before and after and just make sure we get the effect that we're looking for. Okay, so we're going to have you lay down. So what we're going to do is we're going to test the hamstring muscle. Okay, and I want you to pull your heel towards your butt. Now you can see that there's just not a lot of strength in that muscle. Okay, when we realize why muscles are weak, that helps us to change or fix whatever's causing it. Now, because the hamstring's weak, we really need to look at foam rolling as a protocol, not just rolling where the problem is. So when we know what causes the hamstring weakness or the problem, we can look higher up in the butt at the piriformis muscle, because the piriformis muscle quite often, probably about 90% of the time, squishes that sciatic nerve and it creates weakness in the hamstring. So now if we look at rolling that piriformis muscle, we can get some great results in the hamstring. The challenge with the piriformis muscle is there's not a lot of bony anatomy underneath it, where in other areas like our thigh, because the bone is right underneath the thigh muscle and then you have that and you can trap it with the roller, you can get a great release. Now the piriformis gets to be a little bit tougher, so you have to be a little bit firmer with it and you have to use the right roller, otherwise you won't achieve the right effect. So come on up. So if we look at a traditional roller that often is a little bit soft, and what we do when we roll the piriformis is we angle it from the same side hand toward the opposite foot. Okay, that will put us perpendicular to the muscle. So what we're doing is we're just doing a little bit of the rocking, and we just divide a muscle into segments, and each segment is rolled back and forth for about 5 to 10 seconds at a moderate pace. And what that does is that allows us to isolate pieces on the muscle so that you can get deep into that tissue, manipulate those little sensors or proprioceptors that are in the muscle. So that's good, and then we'll just move the hips over a little bit to move to the next segment of that muscle. That's good. And again, we're isolating it. We're also trying to be careful because we are in the area of a nerve entrapment. Now, rolling doesn't take care of nerve entrapments, but it can take care of the muscle that is compressing that nerve, which is then creating the weakness in the hamstring. That's good. And then you just move to the next segment. So we're being thorough. So using the right technique is important. Okay, in addition to the body position puts you on the muscle in the right place. So combining those two, we should have a good effect. Now, unfortunately, we don't always get that because if the roller is not the right tool in that area, it won't work.
Yeah, I don't really feel this very good on the foam roller. Yeah.
And it's also a key thing because when you're trying to feel it in that area, you need to identify you're on that muscle, so if it's not firm enough, it's kind of like, oh, is it squishing something, or am I in that area? So it helps to identify when you have the right tool.
Right.
So we're going to come on back up here, and we're going to test. Now, because rolling can be tested on its effectiveness, this is what we're doing today so we can demonstrate that we saw that with the right rolling technique and body position, that should have worked. Okay, so pull your heel towards your butt. But unfortunately, it doesn't. So this is where we talk about a physiological effect. That is, it gives us the desired result that we're looking for. So if you come on back up, and then you try with a more effective roller. Exactly. So again, what we do is we just make sure that we angle it from the same side hand toward the opposite foot. And I'll just get you to tip up just like that and go for it. Yeah, so we're gonna use the same technique, just the little shimmies. Probably feels like it's getting in there a little bit deeper.
I feel because it's a lot smaller that I can really kind of maneuver around into the right spot.
For sure.
Yeah.
Feeling it is important. Now traditionally we just look at rolling thighs and calves, but we have to really start looking at it like it's a body roller. You can roll all major muscles in the body, but as we get into things like the piriformis, it's more intricate. So you have to identify where you're rolling.
Yeah.
Because if you're actually not on it, you won't do anything. It won't change the tissue texture, right? The muscle won't loosen up, and it won't change the strength in the hamstring.
Yeah.
And when we have a lot of hamstring tightness and we're trying to loosen off the hamstring, but there's that weakness, it just doesn't work.
Okay. Good?
Feeling it? Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Digging deeper, feeling that spot that's really tight.
Okay, good. As soon as you feel like you've been through the muscle, then... Now the key spot to hit in the piriformis is the spot closer to the midline. It's just because that's where it's going to be tighter.
Right.
And that's also where the nerve is in that location. So, you know, the goal is not to be overly aggressive, but to be aggressive enough just because you have to be firm enough to loosen it off. So as long as you don't feel any sharpness or any numbness or tingling going down the leg, then you're good.
So then would you recommend adding more pressure by putting like another limb on top if I am not feeling it enough? Maybe because I'm lighter person or my muscles are smaller, then I might not feel it as like a person that's a lot heavier. So would I add like my leg like this?
You can use a progressive strategy like stacking if you feel like it doesn't bother the nerve. You base it all on the nerve, but definitely we always base piriformis on tightness, not pain. So for a lot of people that have hamstring issues, they say, well, I don't have pain in my piriformis. But we don't base it on that, and it's tightness. So when you base it on tightness, you have to make sure that you are working out that tightness.
Right.
Because just being gentle on it, for sure. So having the right roller is the first thing, because what happens is you could do all the stacking and all these things on a softer roller, but truly it just never gives you that effect.
You're wasting your time too,
Exactly.
right?
So by being on a roller and just using proper technique and body position, for most people it can be good, and if not, for people like yourself where it's just really tight, adding a limb on top and stacking will definitely help. Especially when you're progressing and you're adapting to the results that you're getting on and you're progressing along, it will help a lot.
Awesome.
Okay, let's hop up to the table. Okay, so here we go. And we're gonna pull the heel toward the butt and we're gonna see what happens. Okay, pull hard. Now, I'm trying, and you can see it didn't budge. That's what we call a physiological response. That means that what we tried to do on the roller had an effect. And we also learned that if we can roll other muscles around the area, it can go a long way. So that's why we look at it as a body roller, right? Traditionally, we just roll only a couple muscles, but it goes a long way to get into these more intricate muscles, and we get some strong hamstrings.
Well, thank you so much.
So when I was in Dr. Emmons' office way back then, I didn't know that I created a super amazing tool like the travel roller. I could feel it working on my body. I knew it was working, and I didn't know how scientific it was, because it was just like I felt it right. It did everything it needed to do. It transformed my body. I felt healthy and strong and aligned again after breaking it. After being an athlete, I suffered from burnout and the most body pain. So I actually was learning a little bit more about fascia and the science behind it after I invented it. I just knew it worked. I helped people. I saw them transform, and then I was able to see experts show me why it works so well. I don't even recognize myself from this video. It's me, but my consciousness has evolved. I get it. Like, I've healed on so many levels, and it just makes total sense now. And if it doesn't make sense to you right now, this is not a gimmick. And I'm giving you guys all of this great content to just kind of get the juices flowing and get you connected, that your feet are connected to your head, and the fascia is everywhere. And the more you can start healing it with daily self-myofascial release, it's about creating good choices and good habits. So you see your travel roller in the corner of your living room or your bedroom, and just give it a pass on your upper back. Give it a roll on your quad. Get into the adductors. Give it a little roll on the Piriformis. Once you know the techniques and once you have the tools to do it, then you can really do like actually 10 minutes a day. And that's really going to help you. If you want to do more, even better, you just kind of pick a different body part each day. There's a poster that comes with my myofascial release system that will help you, as well as my app. So I really would love to help you create more body awareness, more flexibility, more mobility, and this will help your body get stronger, more aligned, and give you that physiological effect that you're looking for every single day.